What's happening, everybody? Happy Saturday night. That's right, it's Saturday night, and we are here for the return of the Big Rich Machine. Happy Saturday night. Mackerel, it's going to be a good time tonight, guys. I'm so happy that all of you guys are here, and I'm even happier that my good friend, Mr. Alex Murray, the true brains behind the Big Rich Machine, is here. Alex, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, guys. I hope everybody here is happy that we're returning with another episode of the Big Rich Machine. Has it really been like 2 months since we've done an episode, Rich?
You know, you could say it's been 3 weeks. You could say it's been 17 years. I wouldn't even know. It feels like so much has happened, just in everything. So much has happened with everything. So, bad sound? Do we have bad sound? Am I seeing we have bad sound? Everything looks good on my end.
Oh, I hope it's not me coming through really poorly.
Yep, everything okay. Looks like it might just be one person with bad sound. So yeah, as I was saying, there's just been so much that's been going on with everything that we've got going on with our streaming schedule and with stuff. It feels like it's been forever. But you know what? We're here now. The Big Rich Machine is back for a special Saturday night show. We're going to do a recap of what happened for those of you who haven't been part of the series for a while, and we're going to have a little fun with the postseason of the first season that we did. So we got a lot going on. Of course, we have Twitch drops going, which are fantastic. And let me just check something here real quick on the Twitch drop side. Yep, everything is up and running there, so we're in good shape there. And you know what, Alex? I think we'll do some giveaways tonight too. Why not?
Ooh,
right?
You did mention that. Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to make sure that it's worth everybody's time for you guys to be hanging out with us on a Saturday night. So Alex, before we get to that, yes, the cat is definitely on standby. She is somewhere. Again, as we tweeted today, we can neither confirm nor deny that she will make an appearance, but the doors are open. So if she decides to waddle in here, she will be on screen. But I can't guarantee it because, you know what? She's a cat. She does what she wants to do all the time. But I know that everybody loves Gnocchi. So I hope she does waddle on in here. And waddle is the operative word. She's a big girl. She's a big girl. I actually, when we tweeted about today, I was almost, let's just say that the picture I chose to tweet of her today was a more flattering picture than the original one that almost went out. Hey, Cardinal fan, happy birthday, by the way, my man.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, Cardinal fan. Cardinal fan, long time. As many of you guys are. So good to see all of you guys here in the chat. Got a lot to do tonight. So as I said, we're going to recap the Big Rich Machine. We're going to check out the postseason. We're going to do some giveaways. We got Twitch drops going on. But before we get to that, Alex Murray, you have a bit of an announcement to make, don't you?
Yes. So returning on September 5th, which is going to be next Saturday, the Science Saturday streams will be returning with our new project called the Backyard Project. So we will be able to finally start having Science Saturday streams once again. Those are at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 p.m., which is noon, for everybody here on the West Coast. So if you don't know what those Science Saturday streams are, we used to be doing Science Saturday streams with us basically doing deep dives into the single-player mode of OOTP in terms of being able to do custom league work. We would investigate a whole bunch of different techniques for how to play the game. We've done some stuff with Perfect Team, figuring out which catcher you should have as your Perfect Team catcher. We've talked about how you could have a 2-pitch starter in your rotation, potentially. We did do a whole bunch of research on that, and we have wide-ranging subjects for Science Saturday streams. But the Backyard Project, which is what we're going to be starting with, is going to be potentially a 4 or 5 stream project. We are going to be taking the entire Backyard Baseball video game and importing it into OOTP, and then letting everybody else on the Twitch channel be able to submit their own player into that league. So we'll be importing all of the Backyard Baseball kids. We'll be bringing in all the generic kids that played along with the Backyard Baseball kids. And we'll be letting everybody who watches be able to submit their own player. You can submit one player into the league, and we'll be able to have you guys do all of that. and we'll do a fantasy draft. I'm working currently on getting logos and stadiums and uniforms and everything set up and ready to go. It's going to be really, really fun when we get around to doing that. So I'll post the link in the chat for anybody who wants to submit a player right now. You can go ahead and do that. That is live. So feel free to do that if you'd like to. And yeah, we'll be starting that up next Saturday.
Fantastic. Love it. And clearly the fans are already excited because there's a bunch of folks who are saying so. So that's great, Alex. We're very happy that you're doing it. Science Saturday is very popular. Glad they're coming back. The Backyard Project sounds like an absolute blast. I loved it from the second that you mentioned it, so I know everyone else is too. So everybody look forward to that starting next week, next Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Well, all right, Alex, what do you say we pull up something from the archives, huh? And we take a look at the Big Rich Machine, the Cincinnati Reds, the completely, radically rebuilt Cincinnati Reds. When we last visited our Reds, we attempted to win a wild card spot. As you can see, we finished our first full regular season at 85 and 77. So a quick background on this. What we did was in Out of the Park 20 last year, in I guess October and November, we picked up the Cincinnati Reds as they were. We selected them as our franchise. We simmed the playoffs from the 2019 season, and then did the whole off season, and then played through the entire first season of the 2020 season with the Reds. And when I say radically rebuilt. So, Alex, you went absolutely bonkers, making all sorts of trades. We signed Mookie Betts we traded for Mookie Betts. We signed bunches of guys. We traded bunches of guys. The team is completely rebuilt. We had multiple iterations of big deals and trades and things like that. And ultimately, our Reds the goal, we had two goals, right? Number one goal is a long term is to build a championship team. But the short term goal was to see if we couldn't sneak into the playoffs in 2020 and, maybe get lucky and cause some damage. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So we finished 85 and 77, just 2 games out of wild card spot. Overall, successful year. But, it would have been nice if we could have just snuck into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, it would have been really nice if we could have actually upset a bunch of teams and snuck our way into at least a wild card spot.
Yeah.
But we've done a really good job of revitalizing the team. We blew past the owner's expectations for what he wanted us to do. He wanted us to play close to 500 ball. We finished with 85 wins, which is great. We improved our team's batting average, and we also went from having a negative budget to a positive budget, which is fantastic. All the while, we made the team younger, with higher potential, and with a bunch of veterans that had a lot of their salaries cut and paid for by other teams, increasing the chemistry of our team as well. So we've done a great job of redoing the Reds, and even though we've had some bad moves. We've had our fair share of good and bad decisions, but I think that most of our decisions were very well calculated and well paid off.
Something else that's interesting too is look at our minor leagues. Louisville finished in first place. Chattanooga finished in first place. Daytona finished in first place. So our top 3 minor league clubs were all first place teams. Every single one of them. So that is. I remember, chatting with Trenton Thunder. Shout out to the Thunder wearing their T-shirt tonight. Love the Trenton Thunder, even though they're part of the Yankees organization. I can separate the two. But chatting with my buddy John Moses from the Thunder, the Thunder won the Eastern League title last year. Being a championship organization, that starts in the minor leagues, right? You want to instill that winning mentality, that championship mentality. And so that, to me, is very exciting that we've got winning teams. Our top 3 minor league clubs are all, championship caliber teams. So that's really cool, too. Real quick, I want to take a look at the standings. Yeah, it's nice when
you can have that.
Somebody said they wanted to see the standings. So here's how the standings finished. So the Nationals won the NL East. The Cardinals won the National League Central. And the Dodgers, of course, won the National League West with only a a 728 clip, 118, 44. It doesn't matter what season it is, Alex. It doesn't matter whether it's the baseball reference sim. It doesn't matter whether it's the Big Rich machine. It doesn't matter even if it's real life. Because, by the way, Alex, I'm not sure if you noticed, the Dodgers are playing at around a 728 clip in real life, too. I mean,
they're a great team.
Yeah. They're a great team. They're a great team.
I mean, when you can have your fourth and fifth pitcher is Lance Lynn and Kenta Maeda, that's a pretty good sign that your team is like stacked, like really good stacked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do not have a problem with the Dodgers winning that many games because their team is completely destroying everybody.
Absolutely, in real life and in out of the park. The Rays win the division by 1 over the Red Sox and 2 over the Yankees. The Indians win the division handily, and the Astros win the division handily. And looky here, we've got a Red Sox-Yankees wild card matchup, and I think once we get past sort of taking a quick look at the team, I think we're actually gonna watch the highlights of that game or watch the whole game or something like that.
I'd love to watch the entire game. We have multiple people who were former Reds players who are on that team, on the Yankees and the Boston Red Sox. So I'd like to see how that goes. But I'd like to talk about the Tampa Bay Rays, if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
The Rays, since June, have absolutely destroyed the American League. They had an .840 winning percentage in July. They went 21 and 4. So if you look at their bar graph back on their home page, they just shoot out of nowhere from fourth place because they were doing worse than the Toronto Blue Jays were by about June. And right after that, they just absolutely skyrocket all the way to first place. So the Tampa Bay Rays came out of nowhere. And one of the main reasons why they did that was because of Brent Honeywell. This is absolutely the rookie of the year for the American League, which is just phenomenal how well he has performed. He went 17-4 with a 2.26 ERA.
Is that good?
And a 0. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He had a 0.99 WHIP, which is fantastic.
Led the league
in WHIP.
And ERA. Wow.
This kid is something else, and I was not expecting Brent Honeywell to make it. I wasn't expecting him to be on the team at the beginning of the season. He wasn't, but I wasn't expecting him to do this well. So Tampa Bay has all the pitching in the world, and the Yankees have all the hitting in the world. And Boston somehow managed to do a little bit of each and sneak into second place.
By the way,
so this is going to be interesting.
By the way, some guy named Austin Meadows hit 345 with 32 homers and 130 RBI.
Yeah, this kid can hit.
Now I know batting average, home runs, and RBI don't mean anything anymore, but those numbers are pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, it translates pretty well into his on-base percentage and slugging percentage. He leads the American League in RBIs, batting average, OBP, slugging percentage, and OPS.
Wow.
I'm surprised he doesn't lead in WAR. He had a 9.0 WAR season, but I'm pretty sure Mike Trout still beat him on that regard.
Let's take a quick look.
By 0.1. Oh, man. Mike Trout beat him by 0.1 in the WAR category.
Oh, no. Am I looking at National League? No,
that's including National League. That's the Bellinger-Yelich deal right there.
Right. So in the American League, Trout got a 9.1 and Meadows with a 9.0. Interesting.
9.0. That's kind of sad that, it basically was just a little bit better fielding from Trout, maybe a couple more stolen bases. But
Joey Gallo, 52 dingers.
Yeah,
Nice.
Gallo had a good season. I was very impressed by Gallo. 52 homers. I think that led both leagues combined.
I'll bet you it did. Let's go take a look at the National League. Yeah, because Josh Bell only had 46 home runs.
Only 46.
Only 137 RBI for him.
Yeah, he only led the league in RBIs and home runs out of nowhere, which is phenomenal for him.
There's a disturbing lack of Reds in our National League leaders here, by the way. A disturbing lack of Reds.
Yeah, well, the bigger problem is that Mookie Betts did not perform as well as he should have. Votto was injured for about a good month and a half, and Yoshioka was also injured for about a month and a half. So we had some of our biggest hitters, unfortunately, get benched for a little bit of time due to injuries, and that shows why we have little to no hitting people. our pitching has a little bit more better results. You can see Sonny Gray's listed amongst some of those league leaders. You're going to see Alzolay listed amongst the league leaders. We had some really good bullpen. I'm pretty sure our team was the best bullpen it was the number 1 ERA bullpen in the National League. We had the number 2 overall pitching WAR and the number 3 overall National League FIP for pitchers.
Okay,
so
that's pretty good.
We didn't have a weak point in our pitching rotation
Not
or
in
our
pitching,
bullpen.
but we couldn't hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
we just couldn't hit.
It's all starting to flood back to me now when I just remember we just couldn't score. We didn't score.
We just couldn't score runs.
Nope.
A lot of our games were 3-1,
Yeah.
3-2. Sometimes we would burst out for like 5 or 6 runs, but we never had a dominant win where we won by more than 5 or 6.
Right.
I don't recall us ever getting more than 10 in a game. We have to go all the way back to early August for our first game where we scored more than 10 runs.
Right.
So we just did not hit whatsoever, unfortunately.
Indeed. So let's just take a quick look at our pitching overall. So Sonny Gray, 13-3 with a 2.45. Adbert Alzolay, who, he was the leading candidate for the Cy Young in my mind for a lot of the year, but he did wind up finishing 9-14 with a 3.49. Shohei Ohtani, yeah, that's right. We have Shohei Ohtani on the team. Probably most of us forgot that, myself included. Finished 8-8. That's with us, right? The 8-8 with the 3.5. No, that couldn't be.
8-8 is unfortunate.
No, that's his combined. That's got to be his combined.
That actually is with us. He was 12-11 for the season combined. Right. So he was 8-8 for us with a 3.52 ERA and a 3.1 WAR. So he was great. Castillo, he did a good job.
Yeah, Castillo goes 10-7 with a 3.24, and Cabrera, who was not, obviously, as you can see, was not a starter the whole year, goes 4-6 with a 3.32. Now, that rotation in and of itself, that's pretty darn good. Like, that's a rotation you can build off. Now, what's the contract situation with those 5 starters? Are they all coming back? Are some of them coming back? Or are they all walking?
Sonny Gray has a very, very comfortable team contract where he has $10 million until 2022 and then a team option for $12 million in 2023.
All right.
Now, we did just find out about 3 days ago that he has to get surgery on his elbow to remove bone chips, so he's out for 5 months. So we're hopeful that does not take away some of his skill and he comes back as healthy as ever. But he should be back in time for spring training of 2021. For Ohtani, he's actually still under arbitration rules. So he begins arbitration in, is it like a year or 2 from now, I believe?
Okay.
So he's under he's minimum contract for a couple more seasons. Let's see. We still have, of course, Luis Severino down in AAA rehabbing right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not under a good team contract, and he's failing. He had Tommy John surgery, I believe, and he just came back from that. Yeah, Ohtani has 2 more years, this year and next year, technically, for minimum contracts, and then he advances into arbitration in 2022. Castillo begins arbitration this year. So he'll have 3 years of arbitration, and then we have to make a decision about him. Alzolay has 2 more years of minimum, and then he enters into arbitration. Cabrera has 2 more years, and then he enters into arbitration.
So in other words, you have constructed a fantastic starting rotation that we have all of these guys for at least the next couple, 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
well done.
Absolutely.
Now let's look
so
at
we
this.
have years ahead of us for this starting rotation.
Now let's look at this bullpen. This bullpen is also really, really good. First of all, Carlos Martinez. What a year! What a year!
I mean, to be honest, I think technically Helsley has an even better year. But yes, Martinez.
Both of them.
Just
amazing.
Oh my!
I mean, that back of the bullpen was absolutely spectacular. Look at those innings, and it's not like they just got a few innings. They pitched a lot of innings, had great ERAs, just tremendous numbers across the board. Amazing.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic year. I was a little bit iffy. If anyone remembers my opinions about Carlos Martinez, I was not sold on Carlos Martinez being with the team for more than a couple months and then maybe changing or getting rid of him. But in the end, Carlos Martinez and Ryan Helsley were such a good pickup from the Cardinals. Completely kept our bullpen in a really good spot. We had such reliability from both of them. It was fantastic. Explain
go ahead.
Really fast here. for arbitration, for anybody who doesn't know what arbitration is, what happens is once a young kid, a rookie or a very young player reaches a certain amount of service time in the MLB, they go into arbitration mode, which is basically where the team is allowed to offer the player a salary that is it's increased in price depending upon how well the player performed that season. So, for example, Cody Bellinger just went through arbitration for his first season. So instead of making league minimum, he ends up making whatever the maximum amount, which I think it's a percentage of the average player in the league or something. It's a weird amount, but depending upon how well the player performed based on like their quality. So Bellinger's like he's like MVP All-Star caliber. He ends up making like $6 to $8 million for his first year of arbitration, but that number can keep going up at the same rate depending upon how good the person performs. So Bellinger will make an additional like $8 million in his contract every single season that he has to do arbitration. And you get, I believe it's 3 years of arbitration. Are we trying to get the cat on stream? Is that...
Yes, we are trying to get the cat on stream. It's right here just staring at me. I'm like, come on.
Just staring. It's just teasing us now, unfortunately. So, yeah, you get about, I believe it's 3 years or 4 years of arbitration. I think it's actually 4. But the team can decline to do arbitration for a player if they don't feel like they're good enough. So we have the option as the Reds to, keep some of our players and pay them more to retain them for a cheaper price than, signing them to an expensive, long contract, which is good. It's good for us and it's good for the player to get them started on a, gradually increasing rate of pay. It helps the league understand how valuable the player is. And it helps the teams not just send a bunch of money to a rookie who then plummets and then they're stuck with that money, which is kind of what happens to a bunch of veteran players that get large contracts. But anyhow, that's another thing. That's a whole different subject at that point. But yeah, that's a general gist of arbitration.
And there was another question. Could you, in 90 seconds or less, could you sort of summarize the big deals that we made to get this very different looking crew of Cincinnati Reds than we did? Because if you look at the lineups too, you see Shinji Yoshioka, DJ LeMahieu, Mookie Betts, Austin Hayes, Joey Votto, Nick Senzel, Buster Posey, and Christian Pash. So that's just a few of the highlights of the players that we have. So what are the big deals that we made?
So the first big deal we made was getting rid of it was Trevor Bauer, Alex Wood, and Jesse Winker to the Cardinals. We gave them to the Cardinals. We got back Alex Reyes, Ryan Helsley, Genesis Cabrera, and Dakota Hudson. In the end, it also included Carlos Martinez. My apologies. Helsley and Martinez were the big people that we got from that deal. Cabrera is our number 5 starter. Dakota Hudson's in AAA. He hasn't done as well. Alex Reyes ended up getting shipped over to the Yankees in a secondary deal by the end of this season. But the Cardinals deal was last offseason, so that was a year ago we made that deal. Similarly, at the same time, we traded away Eugenio Suarez to the Red Sox with Kurt Casale, one of our backup catchers, for Mookie Betts and Durbin Feltman. That was a pretty big deal, too. So we ended up doing that deal. The other big deals, we got Posey pretty cheaply. We gave the Giants Tucker Barnhart and a couple of our backup players and a couple of prospects. We ended up getting Hunter Bishop alongside Buster Posey. The Giants paid most of Posey's contract as well, so we're not paying him the full $21 million that he's offered. We're only paying $4 million. DJ LeMahieu was he wasn't a 1-for-1 deal. He was with the Yankees. That was the Alex Reyes deal in the fall of 2020. Cardinal
fan is very unhappy about that, by the way. And it's his birthday. So
hey, your Cardinals are in the playoffs and we're not. So you have absolutely no excuses to talk about how mad you are about that trade, all right? Sure. In the end, who was it? Wood had a really good season. I think he had like a 3 WAR season. I think Bauer had a 2.5 WAR season. Anthony DeSclafani had a much better season. I think he actually had like a 4 WAR season.
You can't spell DFA without this, or you can't spell DeSclafani without DFA.
That's almost what happened with him, unfortunately. But yeah, we've made a lot of good deals. Yoshioka was a
Where is he?
international free agency signing.
Where's
So
Desclafani? Did we do FAM?
Desclafani got traded to the
Right.
Cardinals.
Right.
I believe that might have
Yep.
been a secondary deal with Yaro Munez involved with that one.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, we traded Desclafani for Yaro Munez, Randy Arizarena, and Justin Williams, which was a pretty good deal. We actually got some good stuff back from that. But Desclafani did have a pretty good season with the Cardinals, so I'm surprised the Cardinals are trying to ship Desclafani off now. But I think it's his contract. I don't think they like his contract. So yeah, we've made some very big deals. The Braves deal would be the last one I probably would talk about tonight. That was the Posh deal. We ended up getting rid of a shortstop we had acquired at the beginning of 2020. We had traded away one of our top tier prospects for Willie Adames with the Tampa Bay Rays. So that was our shortstop for the season. He was not performing very well, so we shipped.
Yes,
Oh no. That was actually Thero Estrada's deal. My apologies. We traded Thero Estrada, our backup shortstop, with Kevin Pillar,
We still got
Jimmy
rid of Adames,
Herget.
though. I know we got rid of
Adames was a different trade. I think he was the Otani trade at that point.
That's right, yeah. Someone just asked what was the Otani trade.
Yep. So we'll get to that one in just a second. But we got Christian Potch, Austin Riley, William Contreras, and Tristan Beck from the Atlanta Braves for a top-tier second base prospect, Leonardo Jimenez. We gave them Felix Hernandez, the aging veteran, a good center fielder in Kevin Pillar, relief pitcher Jimmy Herget, who's actually 3.5 to 4 stars now, so he's actually really good, and Thero Estrada, who the Braves ended up playing full-time at shortstop, and he had a very good season, batted .322 for them in about 73 games started. So unfortunately, Estrada might be the one trade that gets away from us that we don't like. But yes, the Anaheim Angels deal was a fun one. That was the Otani trade. We gave the actually no, that was not the shortstop deal, Rich. That was the Taylor Trammell, Hunter Green, Nick Gordon, Yusniel Diaz, and our free agent signed backup catcher. We traded all 5 of those guys for Otani, just for Otani. So we put all of our money in on Otani, and then I think what we're talking about for the shortstop deal was the Mets. Yeah. So we traded Willie Adames, the shortstop we acquired from the... Is it Yaro Munez? Okay. My apologies. I don't know pronunciations as much as I should.
I mispronounce at least 35% of every name, so... Or 35% of the names that I try, so...
That's true.
So we no disrespect, zero disrespect. Just I'm not good at names. That's all.
Yeah. I have to hear what it sounds like, and then I'll correct it. So we did trade with the Mets. We ended up giving them Willie Adames. We gave them Ian Hamilton, one of our top tier prospect relief pitchers. We did swing around William Contreras, the catcher we got from Atlanta, to them. We also gave them T.J. Friedl, as well as Luis Angel Medina, who we had acquired from the Yankees, I believe. And as well as some cash. But we got Andres Jimenez from them. We got Ronnie Mauricio. We got Jordan Humphreys, David Peterson, and Franklin Colome. So we got really good starters, a couple of really good shortstops, which are now officially our prospects to be probably second base and shortstop for years to come. And we're really good for a lot of our teams. You know, the years down the road, we're going to be really good.
So we want to anything else we want to look at before we just check out that wild card game? I think we wanted to check the wild card game out, right? Anything we want to do before we do that?
I think we're good to check out the wild card game. We talked a little bit about the team. I mean, the only thing else I would mention is that we have the second best overall minor league system. So, you know, hey, we've got years to come, and that's, you know, what we've proved of all of our trades. So I think we're good to go ahead and jump into this matchup here.
All right.
Between the Red Sox and Yankees, which is going to be interesting. They play tomorrow, so we'll want to advance just one day, if possible. So and we do have, we have a lot of emails, but we just need to advance one day.
Cat is
Cat
here.
Stream.
So we're going to play the game. Do I say play the game?
I would not mind playing the game and just watching it go in the background almost, because this is a fun matchup here between the Red Sox and Yankees, because Eugenio Suarez is on the Red Sox, Freddie Galvis, a former shortstop of ours, is on the Yankees. We also technically traded some people to the Yankees, which includes Alex Reyes, but unfortunately, Alex Reyes is not going to be on the major league team for this game, so I don't expect to see him. Kurt Casali, I don't think he's playing for Boston either, unfortunately, so it's just going to be Eugenio Suarez and Freddie Galvis. But the Yankees do not have Aaron Judge. He is injured right now, so I think advantage goes to the Red Sox all the way. So we'll see what happens. Yes, the free agency in 2019 went much differently than real life did, and Anthony Rendon went to the Boston Red Sox. Jake Odorizzi also went to the Red Sox as well. So they got multiple really good people, which is why they're second place in the American League East. And the Yankees did not get Cole. The Angels got Cole, I believe. No, the Cubbies did. Forgot about that. Yeah, the Cubs got Cole instead of the Yankees. So the Yankees do not have Garrett Cole to pitch game one here.
Anthony Rendon signed with the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, yep. And Rendon went to the Red Sox instead of going to the Angels. So there were some major shakeups in terms of how the two teams look for our 2020 season compared to what they look like in 2020 in real life. One quick little thing to note before we get started here, Rich, you will notice Estevan Florial is starting for the Yankees. He did not start during the regular season. He is being forced to play because they do not have a center fielder because Judge is injured, and I guess they don't want to throw Frazier out in center. So we're going to actually see the very first at-bat for Estevan Florial in his big league career.
Wow,
so that'll be fun.
Look at that. Yeah. So you got Florial, Stanton, Torres, Sanchez, Andahar, Voit, Frazier, Galvis, and Urshela with Tanaka, who is actually tired. So yeah, the Yankees bullpen, the Yankee pitchers look cold and or tired.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough day for the Yankees.
Meanwhile, the Red Sox are even more cold and or tired, at least with their with their closer. And yeah, look, Zach Wheeler, he's on the team. This is interesting. So if we look at the Red Sox lineup, it's Benintendi, Rendon, Martinez, Devers, Bogarts, Smoke, Souza, Bradley, and Vasquez, and Eduardo Rodriguez is pitching. Eduardo had a great year, 18-8.
He had a great season.
2.99.
Yeah, outside of Honeywell, I think Eduardo Rodriguez was the best pitcher in the American League.
Pardon me, the cat is now attacking me because I'm not petting her well enough. So,
where's Gardner? I think Gardner got put off of the playoff roster for the Yankees. They have too many good outfielders, and they are not going to take a 2-star outfielder when they can take a 2.5-star prospect like Florial.
Jeez, pardon me, got cat.
Oh,
issues.
is she getting you the claws now?
She's just getting a little all up in my grill here. All right.
She's being a cat, basically.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And now she's going to walk on the desk, knock over a few things, including my microphone. So be prepared for sound issues in a little bit. All right, we ready to start this game? Watch what happens?
I'm ready to do this. I am very interested in seeing what happens in this matchup.
All right. So let's just plug away here and watch what happens. So we're in Boston. So the Red Sox finished one game ahead of the Yankees. So this is the 2020 American League wild card game being played between the Yankees and the Red Sox.
The Red Sox own the series between the two of them. They were 12-7 during the regular season against the Yankees.
And Florial has a rather unimpressive debut as he strikes out. But the Yankees go 1-2-3 in the first. So now here is Tanaka on the mound, a tired Tanaka, 11-10, a 4.24. Oh boy, does he give up a leadoff home run? He does.
Benintendi
hits a leadoff home run. The Red Sox go up 1-0 in the first.
The Yankee fans in our chat are not going to be happy about this game, I'm afraid.
Here's Rendon. He strikes out. I missed what Rendon did this year. How good of a year did he have?
Oh, for the season. Rendon.
297, 19, and 85. That's,
the power's down lower than I expected to be, but then again, I mean, you look at his average for seasons in the past, and 20 to 29 is like his average. So, I don't know. I've never been into the hype of Rendon outside of the fact that he hits doubles.
Well,
So
he's a terrific player. I mean, he's an excellent defensive player as well. Plays a great third base. As a guy who watched him beat up my Mets on a regular basis, perhaps I have a slightly different attitude about it.
Well, I mean, you're also talking to the person who believes that he has the best third baseman in all of baseball on his team with
That's
the
right.
Rockies. So,
Exactly.
I'm biased as well in terms of what is a good third baseman.
Fair point. All right, so the Yankees get their first hit with one out in the second. That
Oh,
was
nice.
Miguel
Kandahar
Andujar.
coming through?
Yeah.
Nice.
So now here's Luke
Yes.
Voigt at the plate. He strikes out.
Voigt's had a really good season for the Yankees, surprisingly.
And Frazier strikes out. So Rodriguez getting the job done here early on. It's 1-0 Red Sox here in the bottom of the second. Red Sox get a leadoff hit in the bottom of the second. That was, who was that? That was Bogarts. So here's Smoke.
Bogarts.
Smoke hits it pretty well, but that play should be made by the center fielder, and it is. One away.
Smoke is one of those players where you just don't understand why he's still playing in like a starting position, but then he just hits so well when you least expect it. And he's just like, yeah, that's why he plays.
All right, Souza hits into a double play. So now we're in the
Oh.
third. 1-0 Sox. The Yankees again with the leadoff hitter. This is a single now. So they have Freddie Galvis at first with nobody out, or Shayla at the plate. And that looks like an infield pop. And it is. One away. Oh, he's on the run, and he's going to get in there. Stolen base. Does that still happen anymore?
Nice.
Oh, no, he was out. I apologize. He was out.
Caught.
He looked safe to me, but he was not.
I was about to say, Galvis making us look bad for not keeping him, but now that he's caught stealing, no, we won that trade.
All right, our Sox are up 1-0 in the bottom of the third.
L'Oreal is not having a good beginning of his career in the MLB. Over
He
2
is
of 2
not.
strikeouts.
He is not. Hey, look, nothing like making your major league debut in the playoffs against your team's arch rival. No pressure.
Against Rodriguez, too. I mean, this is a good starting pitcher. The
Indeed.
Red Sox have good hopes for Eduardo, so I don't discredit 2 strikeouts at all. That's usual.
Christian Vasquez single-handedly destroyed the Mets when the Mets and Red Sox played a series earlier this year.
Oh.
So as far as I'm concerned, he's the best catcher in the history of baseball. He's at first with 2 outs now.
Oh, nice play right there by the center fielder.
Very nice.
Well done.
Rendon gets a base hit, so it'll be first and third with 2 outs. Red Sox trying to see if they can't add another run here with, the guy that you would want at the plate, J.D. Martinez, but he strikes out.
I say he's a good person to put the ball into the outfield at least.
This is going to be a bullpen game, though. Both bullpens are exhausted. Rodriguez, I don't know if he can go more than 5.
I think it's going to be one of those home run games. Person who hits the team that hits the most home runs wins. You've got a Yankees team that's majorly home run hitting favored. So if it's going to be a close run game with a bullpen, I actually favor the Yankees to win that.
Well, so far Rodriguez has it dialed in. He's given up only 2 hits and no runs through 4.
Yeah, Yankees are going to have to get to Rodriguez, unfortunately, get him out of here.
Tanaka's pitching well as well, though. But again, he is low on stamina. He's already halfway through the tank. He walks.
Wow.
He walks Bogarts. That's second time for Bogarts at the getting on base. He
Walks are going to be killer for
strikes out
Tanaka.
Smoke. And here's Souza with 2 outs. Souza hits it well. Could it be? It's gone. Big bomb, home run, 405 feet. And the Red Sox are up 3-0 at home in the wild card game. And that
Nicely
exhausted
done.
Yankees bullpen is looking on like, oh no, this could get worse before it gets better. This could get worse.
Nice to
before it
see
gets
the
better.
trade acquisition of Souza turning into prosperity there for the Red Sox.
Yeah, indeed.
I don't even think the Red Sox gave up much to the D-backs for Souza Jr. Yeah, Brian Gonzalez and Luke Bandy. Not much given up.
Rodriguez, 49 pitches through 4, but he's over about halfway through the tank, and he walks the leadoff batter. The last thing you want to see with the
Uh-oh.
3-0 lead. Oh boy, now he's walked 2 in a row.
Oh,
So
boy.
now the tying runs at the plate with nobody out, and Frazier laces it. So the Yankees are not going away quietly.
Nope.
They score a run here on a double, and there's still nobody out. Second and third, 3-1. Rodriguez is in trouble now. Here's Galvis. Galvis grounds over to short, so that'll score a run. So 3-2, still only one out and a man in scoring position. And that's a ground ball down to third. That is a unproductive out. 2 outs for Florial. Here's Florial. Will he go 0 for 33 strikeouts? No, he does not. And in fact, he gets a base hit, and he it does not score the run. However, it does not.
Just a single.
So here's Stanton. He's going to try to tie the game. Rodriguez is trying to make it through the 5th. Stanton hits it very well, and that is way out of here. Way out of here. A 435-foot home run. And all of a sudden, it is 5-3 Yankees. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, boy. So that's it. That's it for Rodriguez, and here's Luke Gregerson, and it's already a bullpen game for the Red Sox, which, considering how tired they were, that's trouble.
And you've got a massively homer-friendly left field at this point as well here in Boston. Woo, this is not good.
All right. So, heading to the bottom of the 5th, Vasquez flies out to right, one away. Here's Benintendi, who is hot. And he walks. Here's Rendon. One out, man on second. Rendon hits it to right field pretty well, but looks like the play will be made, and it is. 2 away. Here's J.D. Martinez.
Florial and the outfield covering some ground tonight.
And Martinez strikes out again.
Oh, J.D., you got to get some bat on the ball here.
Gregerson stays in the game for the Red Sox. Strikes out Sanchez. Here's Andahar. That's a slow roller down to third. Looks like he's going to get in with an infield single, and he does.
Woo.
Can the Yankees add more to their lead? Voit hits it pretty well to deep center field, but the play is made for 2 away.
Woo.
And here is Frazier. And he strikes out. So the Red Sox hanging around, hanging on. Could have been a lot worse, but after the big blow, the Yankees go down quietly. So new pitcher is Winvins. I don't know who that is. Is he a real guy? He's a real guy. I'm sure he's a real guy.
Winvins?
Oh, is that his name? Okay. I don't think he pitched against the Mets in the last few days, which is the only
He has not done very well. Oh, what a play by Florial. Wow. Florial is covering a lot of ground in center field tonight.
He is. So the Red Sox have lost their bats since the 4th inning. It's 5-3 now in the 7th. Gregerson's still on the mound, although he is gassed. I'm shocked he's still in there.
Maybe they're going to have to burn somebody.
Maybe they want to put Galverson on the left side or something. Galverson, he'll ground out, 1 away. New pitcher is Colomb.
Yep, that's exactly what it was for.
Okay, good to know, Magus. There is a pop fly in a shallow right field, 2 away.
And 2023.
Hey, Marlins Championship 2023.
Thank you for letting us know, Magus. I have to prepare for that now.
All right, bottom of the 7th. The Red Sox need a couple if they're gonna.
Got to get some runs here.
Yeah. Souza strikes out. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. He strikes out.
Oh.
And here is Vasquez, Hall of Fame catcher, at least according to me. He grounds out. 1, 2, 3 for the Red Sox. Oh boy, they're going to be down 5-3 at best, heading to the 8th. Here's Stanton, Torres, and Sanchez facing Colomb.
And this is where you don't want to have more runs come on for the Yankees, and they can hit one out really easily.
That's a leadoff walk to Stanton. Here's Torres.
Oh boy.
That is hit to shallow center field. The play is made 1 away. Gary Sanchez at the plate now. That's a fly ball chasing the center fielder back all the way to the wall and gone. 2-run home run, Gary Sanchez. The Yankees have opened up a 4-run lead. A 4-run lead. Colomb stays in there to face Andahar.
Oh, man. Boston's blowing it.
Very unhappy. Nice diving play made in center. 2 outs for Voit.
Wow.
Voit gets a base hit. And now here's Frazier. He walks. This could get really
Oh,
ugly.
this could get really bad here.
This could get really ugly.
Well,
Ground
and it's
ball down to
Boston. You
first.
gotta.
All right.
Oh,
So the Red
okay,
Sox
good.
head to
That's
the
you
bottom
gotta.
of the eighth, down by 4.
And this is gonna get tough because you've got Betances and Chapman, and you've got Tommy Hunter, Ottavino. You've got lots of options for the Yankees to go with here.
Well, at least the Red
And
Sox
Boomer too.
the Red Sox have their leadoff hitter. So if they're gonna make something happen, now's the time. Here's Ben.
Gotta be now.
Yep. Meanwhile, Betances, who was third in the league in saves, comes in. He gets the first out. Here's Rendon. Rendon gets a base hit, so he gets on. 1 out.
Okay. All right. They're gonna get something started here at least.
Here's JD Martinez. He could really go a long way in helping the Red Sox with something here.
Nice.
Not a double play. That's literally the last thing the Red Sox needed. Oh boy.
Oh.
I don't know if they can do it. Travis Lakins comes in now. He's facing Stanton.
Lakins was the Boston Red Sox closer this season. If that makes any sense to anybody out there.
I don't think anything makes sense in baseball right now, and we just have to embrace the chaos, man. Absolute madness and chaos.
That's true. That's true.
All
he
right.
had 20 saves, so he did his job.
He did his job.
Often.
All right, so here we go. Bottom of the ninth.
Last
the Red Sox
chance
down by
for the Red
4,
Sox.
and they're facing Betances going for the 2-out save. Betances,
Oh my gosh.
that's a high fly ball to center field. The center fielder is getting chased over to the left, and the play is made by the left fielder, 1 away. So only 2 outs left for the Red Sox. It's pretty much over. Here's Bogarts with a pop fly that will be caught by the first baseman. And Smoke is the last chance for the Sox, and he strikes out. That's it. The Yankees win the wild card.
It.
The Yankees win the wild card. On to
Without
the division
Judge.
series.
With a tired starting rotation, tired bullpen, and a lot of injuries. They don't have James Paxton. They don't have Aaron Judge. Wow.
Nope.
That is an upset right there.
Gee, the Mets play the Braves. Let's go check out what happens in that game, shall we?
let's watch how badly the Mets get destroyed by the Braves here.
Stop it. What's the Mets lineup? They've got Marcus Stroman pitching, went 14-9 with a 3.98. They got McNeil, Davis, Alonso, Cespedes, Nimmo, Ramos, Guillorme, and Aaron Ather. So, relatively speaking, other than a different right fielder, really, that's a pretty much a legit, not legit, but pretty much the Mets team, very similar to this year's. Obviously, Stroman and Cespedes not in there.
Too bad they don't have DeGrom ready to go for this game.
Where is my favorite player, Michael Conforto? That's what I'm wondering. Did he get
traded?
traded?
Is he injured right now?
I have no idea. Probably. I mean, it's the Mets, so the chances are high.
He's still on the Mets. He is injured. He is literally in rehab right now. He may return after the wild card game.
Okay.
So they need to get past here to be able to see him play.
Curious to see what happens in this game here.
The Braves have Starling in right field?
Evidently.
Wow.
Evidently. Yes, they do. Bubba Starling in right field.
That means they're not playing Markakis out there right now. Interesting. Okay. So for this game, they're throwing. It's not technically the starters or the aces for either team, so we're not going to see Soroka or DeGrom. So it's going to be Fried versus Stroman. So that's interesting. But we gave the Braves Pilar and Estrada. So their starting shortstop and their starting center fielder are both former Reds players. So I don't know. We traded people to the Mets as well. So I guess I'll say that my allegiances are split 50-50 for this game.
We traded players to every team in the major leagues.
Traded players to every team. That's true. That is true.
Every single team. And the Braves starting off already with the stolen base.
Was that Estrada or is that Albies? That's Albies.
I don't know. Oh, he's going to third. That was
really
very interesting. You never want to make the first or third out at third, but they advance the runner to third.
They catch the center fielder sleeping on that play.
And here's Freeman, who will either walk or hit a home run, I'm sure. He walks.
Oh, I'm certain.
And here's Acuna hitting cleanup.
Interesting. I would have swapped that. I would have had Acuna batting. Yeah. I would have had Ronald batting third and Freddie batting fourth.
KK asked the question, and it's not a dumb question. Are other real life players managing these teams right now, and we're just simming however they played the game? No, the AI is managing the game in real time, so we're not reviewing the sim. This is sort of happening right now. But the AI is managing the game. And, the Braves are just already just jumping all over the Mets, scoring runs and doubles and stolen bases and all sorts of craziness.
It's going to be one of those days.
Who lofts it deep into left field. Play is made. Run scores. It's 3-0 Braves. I might have to just rage quit
Jump
very soon.
A couple innings. I mean, you gotta have DeGrom for this game.
DeGrom probably had to pitch on Sunday just to get him into the playoffs.
That's true. They had a one-game lead on us and the Cubbies. They finished with a 2-game lead on us and the Cubbies. But you're right. They probably had to throw DeGrom late to ensure they were here.
That's a great question, Amda. Why did I put myself through this? All right. Well,
yeah. Why are we doing this?
All right, so at least they got their first hit of the game, first and third with one out.
There we go. Chance to score runs here against Fried and the Braves.
He walks. All right, bases loaded for Aaron Althair, who, bases loaded, one out. All he has to do is not strike out to drive in a run, and he strikes out.
Would you have preferred Tebow in that situation?
I would have preferred anybody in that situation. So the Mets do what the Mets do. They get the bases loaded, one outs, and that's it. They get nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm surprised the Mets aren't playing Willy Adames at short. But I guess Guillorme's better. I would have put
defense. I know that.
But Adames has got your better bat option at that point. I would have gone with him.
I have no idea. Who knows? I mean, if Adames played as poorly for the Mets as he played for us, I wouldn't play him either.
That's true. He traded him for a reason.
He was absolutely terrible for us. All right, so the Braves miraculously do not score in the bottom of the second. Let's see if the Mets can't do something here. Although, bases loaded, one out, they couldn't do anything. McNeil leads off with a base hit. Here's
good
J.D.
sign
Davis.
at least.
And J.D. Davis hits into a double play. Well done, J.D. Did you see how hard J.D. Davis got clocked today by Aroldis Chapman? He got drilled in the hip by Chapman.
Oh, God.
It was like a 99 mile an hour straight into his hip bone. And I always watch sports with the sound off, so I don't know what the announcers were saying about it. But I got to think, J.D. Davis was on the 2017 Astros, right? Wasn't he? I'm pretty sure he was on the 2017 Astros. I'm pretty sure Aroldis Chapman, of course, who famously gave up the home run to Altuve, in which people think that the buzzer sort of tipped him off to the pitch. I got to believe that Chapman drilled. I got to believe that was a purpose pitch for him hitting J.D. Davis. I got to believe it because it was.
I could.
And by the way, if you're going to hit somebody, hit him in the hip, hit him in the butt, hit him in the leg. The back of the leg. I'm fine with that, right? Don't throw it at a head, but.
Yeah, you go head hunting, and that's where you cross the line.
But yeah, J.D. Davis got absolutely drilled by Chapman today. And as soon as that happened, I was like, "Yep, I think that there was a purpose behind that." All right, Cespedes hit the home run, so okay.
Cespedes hit the homer.
Not shut out. Nice leadoff home run. Nimmo
the Mets are alive.
We're alive. It's only 3-1. The Mets. I gotta say, Stroman has done a nice job after that disastrous first inning, and he's kept the Mets in the game. All you need to do is be kept in the game.
That's true.
Of course, the Mets aren't doing anything else, but So Stroman has settled down 48 pitches. He's got to keep settled down, though. Keep this at 2 runs.
Yeah, you got to be looking for your sluggers to get to Fried because his movement is his weak spot.
All right, so I'm not the only one who thought that was a purpose pitch as well. And yeah, again, you hit somebody in the hip or the butt, go for it. That's fine. Not relatively speaking, obviously. Just throw it at heads, especially guys that throw 100 miles an hour. You cannot throw at heads, man. I don't care how much control you might think you have. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's a put you in the ICU situation
Exactly.
almost if you throw at someone's head going 100.
Yep.
That's
All right.
that's
So I had to
yeah.
say something because now Stroman is just terrible, giving up
Oh
hits and
no.
runs in there. So the Braves get it right back. Here's
All
the
our hard
pitcher.
work pumping up the Mets to come back into this game.
So it's now 4-1. And one more hit could be the crusher because it's second and third with 2 outs, but it's a line out. So again,
Ooh. Oh,
Stroman 4
Albie's almost
runs
got
through
it.
4. Not good, but he has not had the blow up yet. But the Mets got to do
Yeah.
something on offense, and they're just not doing it right now.
It doesn't help when you've got people you've got Althea and even technically Pilar is not bad, but they have some weaker parts in the bottom half of their lineup that they're having to use
New,
to make up offense.
new pitcher is AJ Ramos. So Stroman goes 4, gives up 4 hits and 4 earned runs. Not exactly what you want to see in a while in a
I'm
playoff
seeing a bit of a
performance.
trend here.
Oh, Seth Lugo's in the game now. I think there
Oh,
might have
that's
been an
right.
injury. Must have been an injury because you can't. You'd have to pitch to the 3 batters, right?
I believe we did put that back on.
Must
I
have been
remember
an
us
injury.
having a moment where we didn't have that turned on at the beginning.
Yeah, that must have been an injury. Must have been an injury. All right, top 6. J.D. Davis, the aforementioned J.D. Davis at the plate.
Mets have got to get something started right here.
It's not happening yet. He flies out. Oh, Ramos did get injured, so that's what happened to him. He was injured. It's the Mets, so that's what happens. Here's Yoenis, who is responsible for the only Mets run so far. He strikes out. The Mets are down 4-1 in the bottom of the 6th. The Braves looking to keep piling it on. Camargo walks against Lugo.
The Braves have got a pretty good bullpen too, with Shane Green, Diekman, Minter, and Melican.
Yep. Off goes. Who's that? I don't even know who's on base. That was a throw.
Argo's
Okay.
on first.
Camargo gets caught stealing.
Nice, good job by the catcher Ramos to get that out.
Some weirdness going on with the ball physics here. It's strange. All right, so here we go. Top 7. Diekman is in. He's facing Nemo.
We're gonna see the lefty specialist here from Diekman. That's gonna be nice.
Oh, that's a pretty well hit ball to deep center.
Oh,
That's gone. Home run. Brandon
Nimmo turning the
makes it
tables.
4-2. Simple Hunter is calling a Mets comeback. I don't know. It's possible. Nice shot.
Oh, how the
Nimmo.
turntables have. No, wait.
What a bomb. Oh, my goodness. What a bomb that was. 452. Ramos
Yeah, that's a
strikes
bomb
out.
right there. That
Here's
was well done.
Guillorme. He strikes out. And here's Altair. And he strikes out. So Diekman, after giving up the historic bomb, strikes out the side. So it's 4-2 Mets. Lugo's still in there. Gets the
Yeah, I'm not. I don't expect much from the Mets offense, depending upon how well the Braves bullpen shows up. They've got good stuff, so this is going to be tough for them.
All right, so the Braves go 1, 2, 3 in the 7th. The Mets are down 2 in the 8th. It is certainly within within their reach. Oh, here's your guy Adames. He's pinch hitting, and
Hey!
Melancon. How do you pronounce Melanson?
Melanson?
Well, I don't know. I'm sorry.
I've never understood Melancon's pronunciation. I've heard it 2 different ways, and I never figured out what it was.
5 outs left for the Mets as Adames goes down on strikes. We saw that a couple of 100,000 times in the Reds.
Yeah.
All right, the play is made by the left fielder. So here's J.D. Davis. Only 4 outs left for the Mets. Davis strikes out, so there we go. At best, they'll be down by 2 heading into the 9th.
They'll probably be up against Minter at this point.
Oh, Estrada gets hit by the pitch by Ian Hamilton.
Don't be hitting our former players now. Come on.
There is a wild pitch. Estrada goes to second. Starting off great for Ian Hamilton. Facing Freddie Freeman, who walks because he's Freddie Freeman.
This is one of our former relief pitchers too.
Any hope that the Mets really had going into the ninth could be quickly squashed here. But
Oh
Acuna flies
no.
out. Here's Camargo.
Whew.
He lines out to second, so there's 2 outs now. So Pilar is up, and he strikes out. All right, so the Mets give themselves a chance. It's 4-2 in the ninth. They're facing Melanson, who's staying in the game. Melanson. Thank you, Ochoa. That is a wild pop fly caught by the first baseman, 1 away. Here's Cespedes, who has a home run. And he walks. So the tying run is at the plate in Nimmo, who had a 734-foot home run earlier. Here's Nimmo, and he hits it well. That's going to go all the way to the wall, Alex. That's going to go all the way to the wall. That might score a run. It doesn't even matter if it scores a run.
Come on.
Nimmo's the guy who matters. So now the tying run is at second with 1 away, and Wilson Ramos at the plate. And he can't hit into a double play. He can't hit into a double play. This is good.
Are they going to walk him, though?
I don't think so. Not purposely. He gets a base hit. Come on, Wilson Ramos. The Buffalo gets a hit. Here comes the tying run. It's safe.
Come on.
Woohoo! I love it. I love it. It's a tie game, and there's still only 1 out and a man on first. You might consider pinch running for Ramos here, you know?
Acuna's throw doesn't make it in time. That's interesting. He's got a good arm, too.
I would have pinch run for Ramos myself. Yorme strikes out. Here's Robbie Cano. And he strikes out. So the Mets tie it. Now, the fatalist in me will say that just gives Edwin Diaz the opportunity to give up the game-winning home run. But I'm not going to say that.
Now, it's just about, okay, who wants to have the walk-off here now?
I'm not going to say that. As Diaz walks Castro.
Oh, no. Come on, Diaz. Strike out some people, please.
Starling puts down a nice bunt. But the play is made at second, so the lead runner is out. 1 out for Markakis.
So nicely done.
Here's your guy, Nick Markakis. And he takes a pitch and the snap throw back to first. Diaz has a full count on Markakis. He strikes out. The runner goes and is safe. So it's a strikeout, stolen base. So the winning run is at second with 2 outs and good speed. Not great speed, but good speed for Albus. You got to pitch to Albus here, right?
I would personally walk Albies and pitch to Estrada.
Well, they're not. Oh, no, they did walk him. So there you go. There you go. The AI walking Albies, and now they're pitching to Estrada.
Yeah, Albies' gap power is too much. He could drive one.
Estrada flies out to right field. So we got extras here. We've got extras.
We won that trade as well. All right, we get free baseball.
AJ Minter against Gregor Blanco.
Yeah, the Braves have so many good people they can turn to now, though. They've got Minter still, a couple other people, and they've got extra long relief starting pitchers they can turn to as well.
McNeil pops it up. Play is made by the shortstop. 2 away for J.D. Davis. And he strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. Is it still Edwin Diaz on the mound? It is. 16 pitches in, facing Freddie Freeman. I don't like this matchup. I don't like this matchup
either. Oh, man.
But I do like the result. 1 out.
Okay, got him out.
Here's Acuna. That is a fly ball to right field, 2 away. And here's Camargo. Camargo gets a base hit, so he's on first with 2 away. And here's Pilar. Diaz is getting near the end of his run. That is a fly ball in the shallow center field, and the play is made. So we go to the 11th. The Mets are hanging tough. Yeah, KK, there's definitely some interesting ball physics happening on some of these right field flies. Wonder if Matt is watching right now, Matt. Probably not, but if you are watching, Matt, definitely some interesting stuff going on with that. Alonso strikes out. Here's Cespedes. Could use another home run right here, yo. That's a fly ball in a straightaway center field. 2 outs. Here's Nimmo, who had the huge home run. He strikes out. You know, at a certain point here, oh my gosh, Diaz is still on the mound. At a certain point here,
what?
You know, It could be a display setting, Tokai. It absolutely could be.
It could be.
There's no
Yeah.
doubt it could be a display setting. One out for Starling. Are you kidding me? Is Bubba Starling going to end the season for the Mets?
Really?
Bubba Starling ends the
Oh
season
my
for the Mets.
gosh. The person that we were questioning his playing time finishes the game.
I think Magus said he was terrible. Magus, come on, man.
That is such. That is just way too perfect for a way to finish that
Oh,
game.
Max Fire said he was terrible, so it's all his fault.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. And I would have agreed. I would have agreed and said that, Starling is the one person that I would not have had starting that game. I would have had Markakis playing right field.
I think Diaz was in there because I think the Mets bullpen was just completely exhausted. I'm pretty sure that's why.
The only other person you could have turned to would have been Gregory and Fonte.
All right.
If
So
he
what do you
hadn't
want to do here, Alex? We want to sim the rest of the playoffs, right?
Yeah, let's see the rest of the playoffs. Our two important teams are out. Us and the Mets are gone, so we can go ahead and see who wins the entire thing. I am assuming it's going to be the Astros versus the Dodgers. Both of those teams were absolutely just dominating through the entire season.
What is the best way to simulate the playoffs, do you think?
So you'll probably want to go to playoff coverage underneath of the MLB drop-down menu, so
Okay.
we can actually watch it happen live.
Yeah.
And then if you want to go to the play menu right after you get there, we can just simply autoplay to event until playoffs end.
All right. So autoplay until playoffs end. So let's check it out.
Yeah, so we'll watch this and see who
Dodgers,
wins.
Cardinals on one side, Astros, Indians on the other. Astros, Dodgers World Series, and the Astros win in 7.
Wow.
Wow, the Astros win in 7 against the Dodgers. I am shocked that the Dodgers did not win the World Series. I am shocked. I could not believe they didn't do it. Wait, I could not believe they didn't do it? Yeah, I can't believe the Dodgers did not win a World Series.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised they didn't dominate that at the beginning of the series instead of at the end.
Let's see here. I want to see what happened in that last game. Where do I go? I got to go backwards, right? Here we go. So what happened? 7-4 was the final. The pitchers were Greinke and Lynn for the Dodgers. Lance Lynn wound up getting the start. He lasted 1/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Unbelievable. Greinke was not good, but he was good enough. Presley with a 2-inning save. So yeah, the Dodgers never really had a chance. They got down 4-0. Although actually no, I take that back. It was 4-3 after 3, then 5-3, 6-3, 7-4. Interesting. All right. So where do we go next, Alex? Now let's get back. Let's focus on what's important here, which is our Cincinnati Reds. Where should we go next?
So for now, I think we're probably going to review our team, review salary arbitration because playoffs are done, off-season begins, and we'll have a lot of stuff we have to take a look at in terms of our new budgets, players leaving, players retiring, personnel leaving. We'll probably redo some of our staff for next season, and then we'll be looking at probably either trades that we'll be looking at doing before free agency occurs. And we can probably leave that for another stream because that'll take a lot of time.
A lot of work. So what do we want to do? We got about, 15, 20 minutes left. So what do we want to do next?
That's kind of all I had planned for the evening. I mean, we've done a good job reviewing our team. We've watched the playoffs. The Astros, I think, won for the second time in a row, I think.
Yep.
I think they won. No, Nationals won last year, I believe. Didn't they win last year?
No, in real life they did, but they didn't win it in our sim. I forget who won it last year.
That's right. Astros won it last year as well. So Astros are back-to-back World Series champions for our simulation based off of 2019. So yeah, to be honest, that was pretty much everything that I wanted to cover tonight.
All right, good. Well, that sounds good.
We've done it all.
I like it. So we don't know exactly when we're going to do the next Big Rich Machine, but we will be continuing the series for sure. I just want to make sure everybody knows that it'll probably be back to Tuesday nights after the Baseball America Prospects League, probably, because that's where it was before the Prospects League. But we'll definitely want to do a couple of episodes, sort of one-offs between now and then as well. So, Alex, I guess right before anything that we want to look at right before we go sort of previewing the next episode, is there anyone you think that we're definitely going to be targeting, or free agents, or sort of what's going to be at the top of your agenda? Oh, giveaway. I'm glad somebody said that. Guys, you can't let me not do a giveaway here when I said at the top we are going to do a giveaway. So hold on a second. Let's go ahead and let's do it right now. Boom, everybody enter a ticket. We are giving away 3 prizes of 10,000 perfect points. So go ahead and jump in. And of course, everybody's also getting the packs for just being here. And by the way, Alex, you want to guess how many packs we've given away so far?
Let me think. I'm going to say 600.
932.
Woo!
And by the way, this is 5 minutes behind, so we're even more than that. 936 packs now we've given away.
Wow.
And we're giving away 10,000 perfect points to 3 people right now. So go ahead and enter that exclamation point ticket. And you are close, real simple. Closer than Alex. My gosh.
Yeah.
So, again, he sort of rattled through a couple things, but when we kick off the next Big Rich Machine episode, what are we going to do? What are we going to focus
More
on?
likely than not, we're going to make a final decision about Luis Severino and his prospects and future with our organization. He did not have a good season with us. He ended up getting, I think it was Tommy John surgery about halfway or a quarter of the way through the season. So Luis Severino's on our list of people to offer up to teams in terms of a trade.
Okay.
We also should definitely be reviewing and looking at all of our arbitration people. We have quite a few people who are going to be looking at arbitration. Some of them are people we'll just release because we don't really want them on the team. They're not good enough. But arbitration is going to start to become really tricky once we start getting people like, Castillo's on that list right now. We're going to offer, of course, Mookie Betts a qualifying offer. We do not expect him to sign it, which will give us a supplemental first-round draft pick, I believe, if someone signs him over $30 million, which I'm certain he'll be going for over $30 million. But we have a decision to make about DJ LeMahieu.
Nicolino.
I mean, whoever the manager is for the Mets, maybe we should replace them next. I don't know. Maybe we ditch the Reds and go to the Mets instead.
Indeed.
But
and by the way, look who one of our pending free agents is, Billy Hamilton, who now is one of my favorite players. By the way, dude is awesome for the Mets in real life.
Good. I'm glad he's doing so well. He didn't do so well for us, unfortunately.
He's
so
really
I don't
fast. He's super duper fast. Oh my gosh, he's so fast. You don't realize how fast he is. And I was watching him, the last few days playing with the Mets, and he is just flying all over the bases. He is so quick.
Oh yeah. A
great question from Tokai says, if there was only one statistic you could look at to judge the worth of a batter and a pitcher, what would you pick?
Oh gosh. I mean, the cheat answer is WAR, because that would give you all of the statistics in one statistic. That's what WAR is supposed to be. It's supposed to be the end all statistic that you would use. But personally, for hitters, for me, I look at on base percentage, because that means that they're at least getting on base, and that's much more important to me than whether or not they hit 50 home runs a year, but they're striking out 220 times. I know a lot of people love homer hitters, and that's the way baseball's been going for a long time, but I'm a huge fan of contact hitters and people who put the ball in play, because right now baseball is turning much more into you either hit a home run or you strike out kind of game. And I loved it when, you would have just hit after hit and pitchers had to be way more control oriented and pitches where they wanted it versus just fireball a pitch into the strike zone.
As much as I hated the team because how they terrorized me.
Let me guess, Braves?
No. The mid 1980s, the Whitey Herzog St. Louis Cardinals, the way that they played baseball, based around speed, defense, and pitching, and just moving players over, making productive outs, all of those things, man. They terrorized the Mets because they were so good at doing it. That's to me, I guess whatever you watch when you're a kid, sort of sticks with you. But those Whitey Herzog Cardinals, to me, that's like the definition of how you play winning baseball. Similar to like, it may sound strange. People always are like, what? But I'm a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. Have been my whole life since I was a little kid. Went to an Eagles Cowboys game when I was a little kid, and just sort of got wrapped up in the just the wild, just the sea of green and the passion. And but I mean, the Eagles always lost, those big games against the Washington football team and the Cowboys and the Giants, because those other teams just constantly dominated the time of possession, right? And the Eagles forever were always the team with the terrible offensive line and the lousy time of possession. When they finally won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, they did it with a great offensive line and by the coach understanding the crucialness of time of possession. And it was just like, it was like just the greatest joy, where my team was finally the team that was doing what had been done to us for my whole life. And and that's why, like, you're talking about playing baseball that way. Like, man, a team that's based around speed and moving players over and productive outs and clutch pitching, that's just that's how I love it. So
I mean, in the end, everybody has their difference of opinions, but that's how I would like to see baseball be played more like. Is just, putting the ball in play, having every single opportunity to score runs as you can, and not having to rely on, the home run ball to be your only source of runs. I would love to see that more and more in baseball. But that's the one step that I would do for hitting. For pitching, it would probably be whip. I want to make sure that the opposite is being done for pitchers. You don't give up hits or walks. The lower that number, the better. It means that you're getting people out, and that can be influenced by good defense. But if your whip is really low, that means they're not getting on base, and that's great. That's a great way to be able to do it.
Indeed. So previewing next week, we got the next episode, which will be sometime next week. Who knows, Alex? We may even do like a random date time Big Rich Machine too, right? Ooh. That could happen.
Yeah, we could do that.
Maybe we could blow off Nicolino for one of our tech support meetings and just do this instead. Nicolino will be like on the phone. Hello?
Where are you guys?
Hello? They'll turn on the stream and be like, they're streaming. They're not even coming to the meeting.
We're just going to ditch him for one day.
Some arbitration, some pending free agents, and a whole lot of fun decisions to make in the near future. So we're gonna do this again. Once we know exactly when we'll be able to settle back into the regular schedule for the Big Rich Machine, we'll obviously do it. But we're gonna keep on rolling with this, and I think we're probably gonna sim big chunks at a time moving forward, because we want to make this really, we want to see 5-10 years worth of stuff happen here. So for the first big part of the Big Rich Machine was we go a couple of weeks at a time, but we're changing it up, and we're gonna go sort of big picture and long term here and have a lot of fun with that. So Nicolino, I am on time on a regular basis, sir.
Oh, good grief.
All right, 10 more seconds to get into the giveaway, and then we'll award the 10,000 perfect points. In the meantime, I also want to make sure that you get another chance real quick. Alex, go ahead and let everybody know again about Science Saturdays returning next week and the Backyard Project for those of you who missed it at the top of the show.
Yeah, so we're relaunching Science Saturday starting in September. So September 5th will be our first Science Saturday relaunch stream. We're going to be doing a new project called the Backyard Project. We're taking the backyard baseball game. That's the video game that was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. It was one of my childhood games growing up. One of the first baseball games I ever played. And I have very fond memories about that game. We've imported all of the backyard baseball kids, most of the generic kids, and we're allowing people to create their own player or submit their own player via a form that we've made online, and I'll put that link back in the chat one more time in case anybody was looking for that and doesn't know where that is. If you have problems with that form, let me know. DM me on Discord. I'll be there in the OOTP server. Be more than happy to help you guys out. Make sure you guys get that all set up. But you guys can create your own players. We'll import them into the game. We're going to have custom jerseys, custom stadiums. Everything's going to be really, really nice and it's going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully starting on the 5th, I'll have you guys all here on a pretty much a noon or afternoon Saturday stream once again.
Well, we can't say hopefully because the sign, it's right there.
That's true.
It
It is
says
going to
September.
happen.
There's no hopefully. It's happening. It's definitely happening. Officially entered. All right, gang. Let's give away some perfect points. What do we say? We got a whole bunch.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so here we go. Oh, nice job, olive oil and garlic, and AKA clocks getting in there. All right, so here, winner number 1 of 10,000. Oh, and by the way, when you win, all you need to do is message me on Discord, Rich G, and I need your perfect team username with the correct spelling. Here we go. Winner number 1 is STL Jason. Congratulations to you. Winner number 2 is AX1 Campbell. And winner number 3 is Captain 12. So those are our 3 winners tonight.
Done.
Each of you win 10,000 perfect points. Well done, everybody. Again, just message me on Discord, Rich G. Be sure to check out Alex's Science Saturday next week at 3 p.m. Tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll be right back here with the Perfect Team weekly prep. And yes, Alex, spoiler, both of my teams are getting relegated.
They're getting. Oh. Well, just let me know if they get reported, and I'll make sure the reports don't go anywhere.
Yeah, a report came in from a user called. Wait, let me look. A tanking report about me came in from user Nicolino Di Benedetto.
Who on earth is that?
I don't know who that is, but evidently we got some work to do on that side. So anyway, it was a rough week for everybody's favorite team, the Columbus Lions, as well as the Jersey Historians. It was a rough week, but hey, what are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep trying. All right. First of all, Alex Murray, thank you so much for coming up with it's funny, like this afternoon I was like, man, I really want to stream tonight, but I don't know exactly what to do. And then 3 seconds later, Alex is like, hey, why don't we do the Big Rich Machine? I'm like, that is a great idea. That is a great idea.
But in a while.
I was a little concerned about doing it because, we don't have it back in the regular slot. But hey, you know what? There's no law that says you have to have a regular slot to do a stream, right? So, There we go. That's why we did it. So thank you, Alex, for coming on a Saturday night. Thank you, everybody, for being here. This was awesome. This was so much fun. I'm so glad that everybody wanted to come and hang out on a Saturday night. Enjoy those packs, guys. Real quick update on the packs. How many packs have we given away tonight? We have given away so far 1,223 packs. Oh, my goodness. Come on. That's a recipe for a good time. All right, so hey, everybody, you are the best community in video games. Thank you so much for all of your support. We could not do this without you. You guys are amazing to us, and we appreciate it very much. We appreciate you spending your time with us. We appreciate you checking out Out of the Park Baseball 21. We appreciate you telling everybody about our game and our community. And we're just building. We are doing everything we can do to make this as fun for everybody, both in the game and on the streams and in the community. So thank you guys for helping us, for supporting us, for pushing us, for all of the things that you do. So Alex, you have yourself a great rest of your weekend. What do you say, sir?
Absolutely. I'll be definitely doing that. Keeping on working on this project here. And then, I'll be seeing all you guys real soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you right here tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern, for the Perfect Team Relegation Watch. Cheers, everybody.